So we're celebrating something really special today with a really special human who I'm so excited to introduce you guys today. So Maya is someone who came through Metamorphosis and has completely exploded in her income and impact. But beyond that, I think she just really highlights the energy of this community and the way that people who are so passionate in their missions just absolutely explode when they're given the tools to do so, to connect with their soul audience. So I'm so excited. Hello, everyone joining. I am so excited to invite Maya on in just 1 minute, where she's going to explain the work she does. And she has so many amazing codes for you guys that I can't wait for you to really sink into. And we're going to get into her journey, guys, to meet this magical little being. When I tell you guys I'm obsessed with my clients, like, I'm very serious about it, and I just think Maya exudes this amazing energy. I'm so excited to have you on here. Let's go.
I'm
It's,
so excited. Thank you for having me.
of course, I'm so excited. I feel like you just have just such an amazing energy, and I can't wait for you to kind of share not only, your journey with soul clients, but just now the work that you're also doing. I feel like you have so much to share, and I'm so excited for us to kind of have this conversation together. And I was saying as you were joining, I'm like, yo, I always say like how obsessed I am with my clients, and I'm like, you just are someone that you have taken, not only just do you bring such a amazing energy, you have taken this information and just completely like blossomed with it. So I can't wait for you to share that today too. But I'm gonna go ahead, and I would love for you to kind of introduce yourself and the work you do.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I absolutely love you and your energy as well. It's what drew me in, not only as your client, but as your friend and just you as
Yes.
a person. You've inspired me in so many ways. And I'm just so grateful that we connected at such divine, just perfect timing as well last year. And yeah, well, I'm Maya. I am a self-mastery and embodiment coach for entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs. And my mission is really to help women reconnect with the medicine within them. I'm also a retreat facilitator, and Lily has absolutely just been such a catalyst in every single way for me reconnecting with this mission that was so loud on my heart for so long. And I just was kind of lacking clarity last year when I went through a pivot and a transition in my business to this deeper somatic healing and really wanting to step into working with more soul aligned clients. Because for so long I was kind of just working with anybody and just anybody who came my way. And so I wasn't really clear on like who it was that I wanted to serve. And I remember when we met at the perfect time where I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to go all in on my mission and like really start to work with these soul aligned clients again and start to truly feel aligned and just like lit up and excited in my business, because that's what I've seen throughout the years. Like, without that fire and excitement, the way that you serve your clients just isn't as deep, right? Like, if that excitement's not there. And so not only is it more fulfilling for me to show up in my business when that excitement and that clarity and that alignment's there, but then also the women that I'm serving, I'm able to serve them so much deeper because I'm lit the fuck up. And it's like, let's go, you know? And I have that fuel that really allows me to just pour so deeply into them
Mhm.
and also gives me the energy to really show up. And so, yeah, that's me. Is there anything else that I can like answer within this intro as
No, this
well?
is so perfect. I think this like sets us up. There's so many good conversation pieces in here too. But I wanted to highlight too for everybody too. Yeah, Maya and I actually like got to meet through mutual friends as friends, and she reached out to me. She's like, "Hey, I think I'm supposed to work with you." And something I just love to highlight, and you've probably seen me like talk about this in my stories, but you totally just were like, "Yo, I'm coming, like no matter what, like I'm there." So I just want to like first like you have that spark, and I see this in a lot of people who just like really thrive. And I'm someone too who like totally plays that way too, where I'm like, okay, I know I'm supposed to work with this person, and so I'm just gonna freaking do it. Like, they could tell me what their price is and it might scare me, and I'm like, let's go. And I just like love the way you were like, let's go. I know I'm supposed to be here. Um, and it was so much freaking fun working with you. But no, so many good topic pieces. I just love the work you do and like the deep embodiment work. And like I said, you've inspired me too. And I think that's part of my favorite part of working with these powerhouses. Like all of you inspire me as well to grow and deepen my practices in different ways. But I would love to hear, I loved how much you highlighted how much more lit up and, you know, really focusing on the work that lights you up the most. And that's a lot of what I preach. So I'd love to hear kind of what were the symptoms you were going through before, you know, we connected, and like kind of what led us to working together. Like what did life feel like then? And then kind of moving into the transition, like what did things look and feel like after we kind of got that clarity together and like really rooted things in?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, last year I really went through, like I was saying, almost this like void period
Mhm.
where it was like I knew that how I was once operating was just not serving me any longer. And I was like slowly starting to just like let that go. And I was kind of in this in-between state where it was
Mhm.
like, okay, I know I'm no longer like in this, but I also feel this huge, massive thing emerging, and I'm like also not fully
Yeah.
embodied and clear in that yet. So I went through this massive void space last year, and not even just in my mission and my business, but like every single area of my life. And you came through like at the perfect time in this void space where I was like, whoa. And then just the synchronicities, the clarity of like, I need to work with this woman. Like she's been through the freaking void before,
Yeah.
that's for sure. And
Yeah.
just the safety initially that I felt with you to just be like you said, just full sent it. I had no question marks. I was just like, cool, give me the details, like I'm in. And just fully sent it because I know too the value of investing in yourself and your business and whatever it is that you're being pulled into, and how every time I'm in that state of maybe just like not knowing the next steps, or just like not fully like just in some sort of unknown, and I know that I'm being called into more,
Mhm.
hiring mentors has always been just like so transformative in every single way. And so I
Like,
never hesitate to invest in myself when it comes to these next involvements and these next shifts, because you can go, you can go fast on your
yeah.
own, not even fast, but like you go so much further when you have that support. And I just like felt in you, like right off the bat, I was like, yeah, this girl leaps and she's not afraid to leap. And like she has the codes for the leap that I'm being called into. So let's fucking go. Like, I'm ready to hop on her rocket ship.
Oh my God, I love you so much.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Again, so many just like thank you for sharing too. And that's like a lot of times too when I chat with people, it's like they know it's in, you know, especially as light workers and healers who are super intuitive just as you are, we often like feel what's coming, we can see what's coming, but a lot of times it almost feels like it just like isn't coming in the way that we need to. And it's oftentimes because of, again, kind of these like holes we worked on together of like, okay, who is the audience, like all that kind of stuff. So I love all these points that you brought in, and again, here to just totally like the way you jump in is so powerful. And I think it really speaks in the way that like things have just like exploded in your business. And it's like part of, like regardless, just the way that you've blossomed as a human. But I just think it's so cool. When you texted me this, I was like, we have to like have a conversation about this, because I think there's just so much magic here. A lot of times we see these like number amounts, and I really wanted to get the behind of the scenes, because we can only share so much on socials. And I love highlighting number amounts. I think it's so fun. But I love this like behind the scenes of what really like leads up into this moment. So I'd love for you to kind of explain a little bit about like kind of just how, also hi Alex and Sabrina, how things have kind of, you mentioned, and we're kind of celebrating today, you had this week of a $10,000 week. I think it was a little beyond that, a bit beyond that, which is incredible, just absolutely incredible. And for, especially a lot of people in my audience who have, there's so many people in different stages in their business, but some have been leaping from corporate recently. I know we were just talking about that before this. And so I'd love for you to kind of like get like, not like set the stage, but just explain like the energy of how things have kind of, you jumped on the rocket ship, and then like how have things been feeling, and like kind of what led up to this moment, or just how that's all been feeling, and the clients that have been coming in.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for so long in my business, I didn't look at it from like an energy standpoint. It was all like, what do I need to do? The strategy, the structure, like da 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 da. And like I had had these really big months in my previous business and was really, I'd scaled my business to a really incredible place, but energetically, I felt so out of alignment with it. And so that and that experience that I had, I did recognize that it wasn't about the money, the numbers, anything like that. It was really about this deep soul fulfillment. And like you and this program and just everything that you've reflected to me has really connected me back to that soul alignment and like what it means to truly be embodied in my mission. Because that is what actually fulfills us on a soul level. It's not the money amount. And like, yes, the money amount is a reflection of our alignment, right? And so that's what I feel working with you really connected me back to is like not only being able to scale my business, but also being able to connect deeply to my soul, to who I'm actually here to serve. And again, that doesn't just benefit me and how I feel and the way I move in my life, but also the people that I'm serving. I'm able to serve them on such a deeper level. And so like connecting to that clarity around who it is that I'm truly here to serve and like what my gifts are, what I'm really passionate about and what excites me and just like again lights that fire in my soul. That's what then led, financially to this just reflecting, right? And the energy exchange was really just coming from me starting to feel fueled up and lit up by what I was doing and starting to give more value and show up from this place of my heart and authenticity and alignment rather than this forced action, right? Because we can still make money from forced action and really doing and burning ourselves out and go, go, go. Or we can make a lot of money from just being in pure alignment with our soul and really sharing our heart-led, soul-led gifts.
Literally.
And that I feel is really what you've helped me reconnect to is like that soul, again, that soul alignment, like what my gifts are, what I'm passionate about, and really getting clear on what my vision is, and like those were the exact codes I needed. And I loved how you also combined, 'cause I'm super passionate, and this is the work that I also do with my clients of like somatics and how you integrated that into the program because that is so I feel like essential, especially for entrepreneurs as we're going through, as you always talk about your business is a mirror, right? And it's like as these big blocks and limiting beliefs are coming up, it's like not only important to work through that on a mind level, but the fact you integrated the somatics too is so powerful for me and really seeing how they work together, and I feel like it's really allowed me, it's something that really pulled me to you that I just like value so deeply is how harmonized you are in like the strategy, the structure, and like the how-tos of business, but then also the energetics and how you really like focus so much on that as well. And the way you have this beautiful harmony, I truly believe that's what led me now to where I'm at was seeing and receiving those codes to then integrate in my own experiences in my own business. And then that just freaking taking you off to this next level of not only financial abundance, but just alignment as a whole, right? Like that's reflected into every aspect of my life. And I'm just so grateful. So grateful.
I love it so much. You have, again, so many points. Like I have so many points I want to touch on. But it reminds me today, I hosted a call for this program I'm doing, kind of a workshop called Empress of the Storm. And so I love what you brought up. There was like a point you brought up. I forget the word you used, but we were kind of talking today where it's like you will be knocked around by God, the universe, etc., to move the energy in your body that you're meant to move. Like this path is meant to up level the crap out of you. And it's like, it is the way that we are embodied as leaders, like on our path, but also the way that we can also call in the financial abundance in alignment and all these pieces. So I love that portion you talked about with the embodiment. And I know it's like a huge part of what you do. But yeah, I love just probably my favorite part of everything you said, and I want to like highlight it is just, that alignment piece. It's like the alignment is the most important part. And that's always, I had another client who just said to me the other day, she's like, I have not one client that like doesn't feel cosmic or like it doesn't feel unaligned. And so I love that you like brought those pieces in here too, where it's like, that is my ultimate like most excited part of it all. Like I love money amounts and I love number amounts, but I want to like reflect, and I just love to see that. So thank you for sharing that. I think this is just again so awesome to see you absolutely like thrive in this alignment. Again, these number amounts are cool, the 20 or 10K month, etc. But I think I would love for you to like, if there's anything you want to share more about like the embodiment work you do and kind of like what you have going on, I would love for you to share it. I think that again, the embodiment piece is just such a big part, and I would love for you to like kind of share some of those codes that you have when it comes to entrepreneurship. And again, that's like people on my page love that, and that's like a part of what they love about this community. So I think you have some fun codes I would love to hear from you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, throughout my own experience with entrepreneurship, it has been the absolute biggest catalyst for my self-development, my personal development journey, because as we were just talking about, our business is a direct mirror, right? And
Right.
if we're not walking the walk and really embodied in our mission as an entrepreneur, it's not going to be successful. And I've seen that within myself and my own journey. And like I said, I came from a business that was successful. I had scaled it to really high months, but I was feeling so unfulfilled inside, even though I felt like I made it, like on paper. I still felt energetically, emotionally, and just in all aspects unaligned.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because I was coming from this inner state of lack and scarcity. And because of that, I was so disconnected from myself and trying to seek for my worth and my enoughness outside of myself. And it never fulfilled me. I was on this endless just race.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what then led me into somatics and just this inner work that really reconnected me to my inner knowing of my worth and my enoughness and my abundance, and really reconnecting to that. And through somatics, I started to dive deeper and deeper into embodiment work and really starting to recognize how much that transforms every single area of our life to be in integrity and in alignment with our soul, versus just trying to do all of the things and really, again, seeking outside of ourselves for that sense of self and worthiness and enoughness. And that now is the work that I do with my clients, and why specifically I work with entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs, because the way that that reflects in your business and the way that you're able to serve, oh my, I mean, literally night and day, night and day. Because when you're embodied in your mission and everything you came here to be in your authenticity, you magnetize the people that you're meant to serve, right? And so not only that, not only are you feeling, like I was saying before, not only are you feeling better and aligned and more at peace and just more in love with life and yourself, but then the way you're able to serve others is so much deeper, because you're actually embodied in your mission and what you're here to serve and your gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, the way you're able to serve others is so much deeper. And that in itself is so much more fulfilling for you as well.
Oh,
And so,
yes.
yeah.
So good. Yes. So many good points, because I think too, this is actually a conversation I've been having recently where it's embodied practitioners and embodied leaders. Like I don't look at it as like, oh, they're not gonna last, or like it's not that. It's they're gonna be invited into their embodiment. Also, if you hear some noises, I don't know if someone just knocked, but I'm going to ignore it for now. But so, they're going to be invited into their embodiment. People that are meant to be in this space, they're going to like be led to where they need to be. But I think there's a huge divide right now where it's like the embodiment piece is really like fully coming. There's so many beautiful embodied leaders, and this is not like, but I just think that people that haven't been aware of the embodiment piece are becoming aware of it right now. And people who
Totally.
are embodied are truly the people that are going to consistently be rooted in abundance, consistently be rooted in alignment, and like create this a new normal instead of like the roller coaster. And the entrepreneurial roller coaster, which I'm sure you're not only aware of, but I'm sure you see too with the clients like working with embodiment and
Yeah.
whatnot. So many freaking amazing points that we could go into. And there was, just for everybody watching, like Maya, you're such like an embodied queen. Like you've been, I'm an embodied person, but you have really just like, you are gonna help so many people with your magic, and like how freaking embodied you are. Like you're like a walking embodiment. And so I just want to like mirror that to you, because truly you are such like a walking channel. And yeah, I just again I'm so excited. You have so many codes to share. Let me know if there's anything else on this topic you feel called to share. But otherwise, in general, too, like I know you're hosting a retreat soon, so like anything you want to go into with what you're sharing with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for all of your reflections. And I love how we have these just soul aligned connections come into our life that
Mhm.
reflect their own unique, authentic
Yeah,
embodiment. And then it like inspires us and activates us in our unique, authentic way. And I feel like we've done that for each other in such beautiful
yes.
ways where we've reflected our light and just activated each other in such a beautiful way. And so I'm so grateful. And yeah, the process that I take my clients through and that the retreats are really centered around is this awareness, alchemization, and embodiment process that
Mhm.
really, because it's not only the awareness on the mind level, which I feel like is a lot of the times where people will start. And I feel
Mhm.
like entrepreneurs, we kind of have that natural self like self-driven, self-assured, kind of that go-getter energy where we're not
Really.
afraid to do the hard things, right? Like we go after what we feel called into. A lot of the times we kind of have that natural ambitious energy. And
Absolutely.
so a lot of the time that awareness is kind of where we start, and that's a lot of the time on the mind level. But it's really the alchemy in the body and again the embodiment that really leads us into that next level of not only our business and serving our mission, but just who we are and fully embodying everything we came here to
Mhm.
be. And it's one thing to just talk the talk. Again, it's a whole other thing to walk the walk and really
Mhm.
be that and come from that place of beingness rather than just constantly doing. And that where that ambitious energy can kind of pour mostly into, right? That we
Let go.
naturally have. Yeah, because I feel like it's
So
differs in like people who want to serve, we have that like drive to just do and create. And it can be so beautiful and that's such a gift, but harmonizing that with that true being is
yeah.
really where the embodiment
Mhm.
piece comes in. You know what I mean?
So yeah, so many good points, and it brought me back to this moment you were talking about, kind of like tying this all together. But again, so in Empress of the Storm today, I like love how this is all syncing up because embodiment is such a piece of like all the challenges that come up, and those are our opportunities to become embodied. And so I was almost saying too, when it comes to soulmate client energy, I actually find that the magic is the most turned on when the storms happen. Like the storm hits, the trigger, the thing, and then it's like I feel it almost, and I see it energetically, is almost like this lighthouse turns on. You're ready for like your next wave of people. And I know too, when, we met before, but then when it kind of started leading up to when you reached out to work with me, that was like partially because I posted a story that was really edgy for me. And so that was in
Yeah.
such a different way. Sometimes things hit and they're challenging, like you get a random bill that's really uneasy, stuff like that. But this one was in such a different way that really turned like my light on. And so I love this perspective too. I'm always talking about like soulmate clients, and I definitely talk about how you guys kind of ping to me, but I just love this like perspective and reflection for people of, how, you were such a soulmate client for me and how you came in and how you felt like on the back end. So I want to thank you for like sharing that perspective, and just loving hearing too, just on the side too, as we've chatted, like how that's come in for you. But then tying it with the embodiment, I truly believe it's like the like God and universe like give us this opportunity when like these moments of embodiment come into place and we're really kind of challenged in it. Like that's actually when as entrepreneurs we're like open for our people. I honestly
Totally.
feel like this soul audience perspective in a way could relate to any entrepreneurial pursuit.
100%.
It's like someone making the product for that they're literally, I think of so many amazing companies that are less about work and embodiment. I keep getting these notifications that really thrive, and you can tell it's because they're in their alignment.
Yeah.
So I freaking love this conversation, and oh my god, I want to thank you for coming today and sharing your magic. And again, you just have so many codes to share, so I can't wait to like have put this as a reel too for people to watch back. We had a good amount of people jump in too, so I'm so glad they got to hear. There's a few people watching still. Yeah, if there's anything you want to share about any way people can connect with you or anything like that, let me know.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. This was
Yeah.
such a beautiful conversation. And yeah, I would love to connect with anybody who just wants to drop in deeper about any of this. You can just shoot me a DM, honestly, here on Instagram, and my website's in my bio. Check out everything that I'm offering that I have going on. And my Aruba retreat is only a few weeks away. So if you feel the pull, now's your time. There's two spots left. So,
Let's go.
yes, and thank you so much for having me. I'm so, so grateful for this conversation and for you and for everything that our connection has brought for both of us. I'm
Uh,
so grateful.
Same. I just, again, I think just to like tie this all together for everybody watching, whoever watches till right now, I'm so freaking happy because there's so much in here. And just tying it all together, I think the magic of soulmate clients is just like it's like a bond. Like, it's just like you can't describe it. I'm like, every single client I've had in Metamorphosis, I just feel such a deep connection. I just think it's so special. We've also, we got to meet in person as friends first, and now we get to like dive in so deep this way as well. And so for everybody watching, I think this just really reflects what's like when I talk about soulmate clients online. You can't really encapsulate it in words. It's not words. And I know too, like I've even met some of your soulmate clients, like just in like our connections, and we've talked about it in some around Austin and stuff. And so I loved also seeing it play out for you, and it's just been so magic for me. So thanks for joining this conversation, Maya. I love you so much, and we will chat very soon. This will be on my page, so for everybody watching that didn't get to watch the first part, definitely recommend going back. So
Beautiful. Love you, girl. Thank you so much for having me.
yes, love you.
Love you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.